If you're someone who constantly analyzes everything, replays conversations, reads between the lines, tries to find meaning where there isn't any, if you can't just feel something without trying to explain it first, if you spend more time thinking about your life than actually living it, this video is for you. Because self-awareness, as beautiful as it sounds, has a side no one really talks about. Not the healthy kind. I'm talking about the kind that doesn't switch off. The kind that feels less like clarity and more like mental noise you can't escape. The always thinking, always analyzing, always aware kind. If that sounds like you, you're not broken, but you're stuck in something most people don't even realize exists, and it has a name: observation mode. You know what your problem is? You don't just notice things, you scan everything. A text comes in, you read it once, then again. Not because you didn't understand it, but because something felt slightly off. A pause in someone's reply. A tone that changed just a little. A sentence that sounds normal, but doesn't feel normal. And before anything is even clear, your mind has already started building a story. At first, it feels like awareness, like you just understand people better, like you see what others miss. But here's the truth no one tells you. You're not self-aware. You're stuck in observation mode. And once you enter that mode, it doesn't switch off. 1. You're never fully in the moment. There's always a second version of you, watching, tracking how things feel, how people respond, how you come across. You could be laughing with someone and still thinking, did that sound normal? Did I say too much? Half of you is living, the other half is collecting evidence. 2. Your mind doesn't let things end. Conversations finish, but not for you. You replay them later, in the shower, before sleeping, randomly in the middle of the day, rewriting what you said, reimagining what you should have said. You don't trust the moment. You investigate it. 3. You've started turning feelings into problems. A small shift in mood, and your brain goes, what is this? Why is this happening? Is this anxiety? You don't just feel things anymore. You try to solve them. And the more you try to understand every emotion, the less you actually let yourself feel it. 4. You see through people, and it complicates everything. You notice the insecurity behind confidence, the hesitation behind words, the intention behind small actions. So nothing feels simple anymore. A compliment isn't just a compliment. Kindness isn't just kindness. There's always something underneath, and once you see it, you can't go back. 5. You understand too much to react freely. You don't get to be impulsive, because even in the moment, you already see both sides. Why they said it, why they acted that way, what they might be dealing with. So, instead of reacting, you pause, and instead of expressing, you internalize. 6. You absorb things that were never yours. Someone's mood shifts, and somehow it stays with you. You walk into a room fine, and leave carrying something heavy. Not yours, but it feels like it is. You don't just notice energy, you take it with you. 7. You feel alone in a way that doesn't make sense. You can be surrounded by people and still feel separate. Not physically, mentally. They're just there, and you're somewhere deeper, trying to understand everything beneath the surface. 8. This didn't start as awareness. It started as protection. At some point, noticing everything helped you. Reading moods, sensing tension, predicting reactions. It kept you safe. So your brain learned something. If I can see it early, I can avoid getting hurt. Dot 9. Now you try to stay ahead of everything. You think more, analyze more, prepare more. If I understand this fully, I'll be okay. But here's what actually happens. You don't relax. You monitor. You don't live. You manage. You don't trust the moment. You question it. Dot 10. And it leaves you tired in a way you can't explain. Nothing major happened, but your mind never stopped. And that kind of exhaustion, it builds quietly until one thought shows up, the one you don't say out loud. Why does everything feel heavier for me? And here's the answer. It's not because you're weak. It's not because you're broken. It's because you're carrying things most people don't even notice. But here's the part that changes everything. Self-awareness isn't the problem. Staying in observation mode is. You don't have to analyze everything. You don't have to understand everything. You don't have to hold on to every thought, every feeling, every pattern. Some things are meant to pass, not be solved, not be explained, because right now, you're not just aware of your life, you're watching it. And maybe the shift isn't becoming less aware. Maybe it's learning to step back into the moment without needing to understand it first. If this felt a little too accurate, you already knew this. You just didn't have the words for it. So tell me, what's one thing your mind keeps replaying that you already know you need to let go of? You didn't become self-aware, you just never learned how to stop watching.